Hey, good morning, guys. Back with another video. Been a couple days, um, good days and bad, of course, which is to be expected in this healing journey. But I wanted to talk today about some childhood traumas and how they can affect you in your current day with anxiety. How many of the symptoms that you feel and experience are tied into traumas that you experienced in the past. Really, it's your inner child speaking to you and telling you, hey, I've got some unresolved issues. I need some time. I need you to tend to these and potentially reframe them. So I've been doing a reframing exercise in the evening over the last few days where I take some time out, maybe 10-15 minutes, and I meditate and I go to an area in my body which signifies pain or symptoms or trouble, and it'll take me to an age where this occurred, and usually it's from conception to 7 years old. Sometimes it could be later. I mean, people have traumatic experiences later, but I guess research shows that most of your identity, who you are, is formed by the age of 7. Not necessarily what you're going to do in terms of a career and things like that, but your identity. So I went back and did some reframing, and I learned that with my specific type of anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, and health anxiety for the most part, that ties into uncertainty and loss of control and inability to speak up. You feel you're not spoken. You can't express yourself. So I found, in my situation through a few scenarios as a kid, one being the age of, just over 1 year old, I was taken from my mother due to her mental illness and very briefly put into a foster care system. Ended up with my grandparents, and my father lived there. My grandparents mostly raised me at that time. It was my great-grandparents. And I didn't see my mother very often. And even though I was, 1 year old, and I personally, my conscious brain doesn't always remember these things, my subconscious brain does. And that comes out in ways that, manifest themselves with symptoms and feelings in my body. So that was one of them. Another situation, roughly at the age of, 5, 6 years old, where I left my great-grandparents and ended up going to live with my father and my new stepmother, or soon-to-be stepmother, in a different town, different school, no friends, still away from my mom, and it was hard. Again, I was old enough to briefly remember, and it was a traumatic experience, and it did have to be revisited, and in doing so, I got some comfort from those situations and was able to renegotiate the feelings inside I had towards those events. 2 days ago, I had an amazing, 3 days ago, an amazing, fabulous day. The following 2 days, not so much. And, I started to judge the beginning of this healing journey a little bit. You're supposed to refrain from judging day by day, your progress based on how you feel. And I see exactly why, because 2 days ago, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going downhill again. How was yesterday so good and today is so bad? And then yesterday was, almost the same, and today feels slightly better again. So really, this is it's not going to be an overnight fix. It is going to be a journey. I can't put a time limit on it, of course. I just got to keep getting better every day and concentrate on the small wins. I believe in what my mentor and kind of therapist almost, even though he's not one, Dennis Simsek, said is concentrate on those small wins and use those to help form your identity away from anxiety. You're not trying to push anxiety out of your life. You're just trying to find your identity, and you'll do that through, those small wins, those small incidents, little stepping stones where one by one you can talk yourself through a symptom and, maybe be curious and find out why it's there. You can get past a lot of those feelings and experiences that you guys have every day that just, they really drag us down. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Started taking a couple new supplements. I bought Adrenal Pro from CanRev at the advice of Dennis. I spoke to Jaden Christopher as well. I was taking some Holy Basil. I think, it affects the blood sugar a little bit when you already have lower blood sugar. So I'm going to avoid that for a few days and see how that goes. B vitamins, D vitamins, C vitamins, of course, some CBD oil, and and I think I'm going to try a nighttime supplement called Seraphos to drop the cortisol a little bit so I get some sleep through the night. In talking to Dennis, he did tell me, hey, don't put too much thought into this. I mean, obviously, an herb or a pill or, a magic bullet at the end of the day isn't just going to come in and solve this for me. It's continuing to push through and that's what's gonna heal me. Continuing to heal my inner child, just being patient with myself, loving myself, and really just, making logic out of the illogical. A lot of these irrational worries and fears and stuff. And today, guys, it's more harsh. It's harder than it's ever been with the whole COVID-19 outbreak, being trapped in the house, wearing masks outside, wondering if you have this stupid virus, which, mind you, is serious, but it's at a point where for a lot of people it's ruining their life. It's really dragging them down, whether they lost somebody close to them or they're scared of catching it or whatever it might be. My heart goes out to all you guys. Hang in there. Hopefully things will get better soon and you make it the best you can make it from home and from the inner circle you have that you interact with each day, that whether it be warriors on Facebook or your family, your friends over the phone, whatever it might be, just use that support system and we'll all get through this together. I love you guys. Feeling a bit better today. Like I said, it's a good day, and feel free to like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm gonna try to put one out every couple days. Eventually I'll get into some specific topics, such as some symptoms maybe I experienced, things that worked and didn't work, and stuff like that. But I really want to refrain from harping on the negative here, and that's a major thing for a lot of us, and whether we realize it or not, it just pulls us down. Again, thank you guys. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day.